Hi everyone, welcome back to Through Alchemy. So this will be a general reading on how does your person feel right now. Oh, I'm picking up something about foreigner, or either this person lives abroad or is just not in your city. I think that's one of the first clues that I'm getting, and it's a no contact situation. I'm hearing something about 24 hours or 48 hours. So I'm hearing FedEx, like something being delivered. It seems like an energetic communication or a psychic download. It seems something that's coming to you from this person's end, because there's a lot of purging. I see this person crying, or it could be just wherever it is, like it's a very vulnerable moment, a breakdown of ego, perhaps of pride, where this person feels like, okay, I just got to message this person now, because they feel very emotional, they feel very puppy dog, like I feel really, really alone now. I feel like I want to be around them. I don't like how I feel about life. There's something about the Eiffel Tower. That's what I'm picking up. We have the death in reverse. I think that this person has resisted this ending for a really long time. You'd be really surprised to know that this person has not actually grieved the ending of this. And for some of you, I'm hearing that it's not that this person is not emotionally equipped to do that, or they don't know how to leave that behind. I just think this person has been in this back and forth energy. I'm picking up on a mother figure, so it could be possible that it's about a family member or just the influence, or I don't think it's like something that's been verbally communicated to them. I think it's learned behavior, something that they saw within their parents' marriage, or something. I don't think it's something that you did negatively. I think it's the way that they perceive something about their mother and they saw you. And there's something about inferiority. Like, I don't know if this person self rejected because they were like, I don't know if I can treat this woman right. And they got scared that they have inherited their father's traits. So they saw some level of softness that maybe their mother had. Like, they saw your. Oh, yeah, I feel this so strongly. I got a tap on my shoulder. Um, it's a feeling of looking at a woman, like, I think it's like their mother. They saw their mother at a very young age struggling with her emotions and the sensitivity, and this person got scared because their father figure couldn't handle that. So your mother, he noticed, I'm feeling like he or she noticed their mother figure become or feel weak at the you know disposal of another person because of her own sensitivity. This could be like their mother was really young, below 25 years. So this person felt like, how am I going to handle? And I think that when you look at your mother dealing with these really strong emotions, especially in a patriarchal society, I think their emotions, reciprocity in terms of emotional sharing, or like basically catering to your partner. And I'm hearing something about financial power dynamics. It made this person also, of course, 100%. Create this dialogue and subconscious pattern where if I show too much of my vulnerability, it's gonna be taken advantage of. So I think that this person didn't realize that the reason why they were not telling you about their feelings was because they were so deep, and they were like, this is not right, because the world tends to take advantage of these feelings. So I think this person just pushed you away out of self protection. And maybe they're really close to their mother, or they talk, they're very close, like this seems like somewhere a mama's boy. There is an enmeshment, because I feel like automatically when the father is absent, there tends to be a closer bond. I'm hearing emotional incest. Now it doesn't really have to be like that, but it's just something that I got in my mind. It's possible because enmeshment does take place when the fathers are absent, so the mother tends to lean upon the son. So I feel like if this person has a sister, or there's an energy of you being at the opposite dynamic where you may have struggled with your father, there's an energy of this dynamic playing as your person not being strong enough, because you saw your father as kind of like shying away from emotional conversations, confrontational conversations. So you ended up manifesting your inner masculine on the outside, which means that you have learned there's a deep alchemical process that took place on your end. I'm picking up on Shakti consciousness or Kundalini. So those could be keywords. I'm picking up on 2863. I don't know if that's somebody's house address. I'm also hearing dorm room. We have the King of Cups. So you are someone that I wouldn't say that usually people take this feminine masculine concept as something that's like you're not doing good enough. It's not that. It's just a way to express the inner yin and yang. It doesn't mean that you're not a feminine woman and this person is not a masculine man. It just means that there's a specific trait that was coming out which wanted to be understood, which wanted to manifest as unconditional love. Life works and universe works in such a beautiful manner that it's going to give you exactly what you need to unlock that part of you, because the universe loves you so much that it wants you to experience that love within you. Because it's not through the love of another person that we feel so loved and lovable. It's through the way that we see ourselves and the way that we feel about ourselves that we feel lovable. It's not through the reflection of another person that we feel attractive. We feel attractive through our own reflection. We see other beauty in ourselves. And that's how I see that the situation was not about this person flattering you. I think this person genuinely could have been obsessed with your looks as well. But the more that you peel layers, I'm seeing you take off these masks in front of them. So there's like blue and yellow, and then there was red. So blue can be like the way that you used to talk. It could be about your communication, the way that you came across to them, your thoughts, your ideals, the way you were self-composed with, the yellow. But the red, something tells me that you became angry about something, and this person did not have the nerve to tell you that. I feel like this person kind of wussed out. Like they became very cowardly about telling you, like, this is how I really feel about this. And that was a very strong channeling. Like I forgot to catch my breath. Oh my god, there's like silence now. Like I was like you know somebody is like, on the outside looking in at you, your profile, stalking you, looking at your pictures. Maybe you've been going out or you're just with your friends, and they're like, this woman has really made something of herself, and I feel frankly like I don't know if I can match up with her. It feels like a caged boy, it's like their inner child is leading the show right now, and this person is not quite sure. The King of Pentacles. I think this person might be really good at their job. They might have a lot of wealth, but they're somewhere realizing, and this process has made them separate their self-worth with money and their career, and made them realize like how empty and hollow they may have been in terms of um emotions. I just saw an airplane. I heard Chicago in California. I'm also hearing Africa, Australia. Australia is very prominent. I also heard Zimbabwe. So we have the Knight of, no, this is the Page of, 11 is Page. Yeah, so Page of Cups in reverse. Oh, baby, I love your way. I think that this person is, I almost felt like somebody entered the screen area where there's nobody around, and it was like this notification. There's always this sense of like, I feel like this person thinks of like, okay, I'm gonna get a message now, I'm gonna get a message now, and I'm gonna message them now, I'm gonna message them now. The reason why they're not able to do it, because something inside of their spirit tells them that you're gonna repeat the same cycle if you don't deal with the feelings that you already have about your ex or your own self and the way that this person really feels. I think that this person is an absolutely amazing person. You've seen their soft side, but it doesn't really conclude just there, right? It's about the integration process. And this person may be seeking help. This person is trying to, I'm seeing someone that's doing proper shadow work first time in their life. Like they're processing really deep emotions for the first time. Like this person, see, some part of their, I'd say their divine masculine, because we all have that, their own inner divine masculine is leading them. Some part of their spirit that they're accessing is leading them to feel these emotions as much as they can. So I see someone like, limping, crawling, doing their best, still learning how to walk about these feelings that they have, this process, this alchemical process. And I think this person has those growth spot moments where they're like, it's very spontaneous, like I'm gonna message them now, I can tell them. But the moment that they're trying to reach out, and then they feel anxious as fuck, and they're like, okay, this is not a good sign. So there's an integrated version of them, and then there's the disintegrated version of them, which is just the inner child. And I feel like this person is realizing, they're learning about these things. I don't know if it's through you, or they're watching. I see this person has a source, and that's also another thing that's beautiful about the universe. Sometimes we think that the universe only helps us when we're helping ourselves. The universe magnifies that effort. But even when you're not looking at it, universe gives you 10,000 fucking signs, because the universe is individually working just for you. And this person had been getting a lot of signs. And I think when the obstruction took place, like a tower with you, it really made things quite evident for them. They were like, okay, this really needs to be worked upon. I think they were quite in a hazy, unconscious sleepy mode. And now that you've been around and you talk about these things, or you've told them about these things, there's something very feminine and ethereal about you. It makes me feel like this person really realized and got the clues, or they were like, sometimes we just can't read certain things no matter how much we want to. We're not at that consciousness level. I remember that when I started off with my spiritual journey, I think I was about 18 years old, and I was not such a book, like a big book reader. Okay. um I had this phase where I've noticed this pattern in my life where I realized that my past version, or the universe, works in such a miraculous way that they always prepare things for me ahead of time. And I get really emotional saying that, because this is such a unique experience. And if you've had something like that, I would love to hear about it. It's such a blessing to see that the universe is like 10,000 fucking steps ahead. And I had a couple of books that I downloaded, and I think I've mentioned this before on my channel, on my second channel as well, where I got these 6 7 books. And at that time I was just a college student, so I didn't really have, I wasn't making my own money, and these books were filthy expensive. Like they were like, um they were like a fucker lot, and they were like rare editions as well. Or at least where I stay, I'm in India, and you don't get all of these books that easily. So I found a way, being, you're like from school and college, you're quite tech savvy in that way, because you're like, I want this, so I'm gonna get it, right? So I found the PDFs and I downloaded those books, and I went to my stationery and I got them spiral bounded. But whenever I would try to read those books, I wouldn't be able to read them. Like my consciousness would not be able to pick up on those concepts, because I was a baby. I was just starting off. And then slowly by slowly, whenever I used to go through, ego deaths, I would see those books, and I would be like, universe, I need help. Like I feel like I'm limping, just the same way this person is, I think. And there's always a reason why I share certain stories. And I think that I would have these books which I would open up, and then it would just automatically give me the wisdom that I needed. Because at that point, I used to be quite fragile, and I'd be like, I need somebody to help me, I need somebody to help me, like, and things like that. And I realized that the universe had always been looking out at what I need at every specific time. And I think that this connection and your person's life is opening and unfolding in such a meticulous manner that there's nothing that you really need from the outside. Because I was so desperate, and I was like, I can't handle this spiritual intensity. Like, who am I? And I think when you're really dealing with really old layers of conditioning, you often question, like, am I going crazy? And that's one of the first signs of a massive ego death, because you feel like, why isn't anybody else imitating or radiating those qualities around me, or I haven't heard of it so far, So I feel like there's something, I'm seeing like this video has become quite orange. So I feel that this person is also having their moments of where they're getting the right type of information which is soluble for them and their consciousness level. And I think that this person is not dumb. And I don't mean to say it like that, but yeah, I mean, I'm using the correct adjective. They're not dumb, they're not stupid, and they have spiritual eloquency where they can comprehend quite difficult concepts. All of us can. We watch so many videos, but then the embodiment aspect is where we learn to really integrate that, because we've got, somatic movements and physical coordinations or physical codes that need to make our body feel safe in where we're going and we're trying to go. So this person, I say that the biggest clue over here is that this person is learning how to integrate that vulnerability, because they've seen it in their whole lives. There's this macho type of concept, um, where this person is learning how to integrate that vulnerability so that they can communicate with the level at which you need it to, because it's not that this person is insensitive or they shame you for that, they shame themselves for for their sensitivity. And I think that they felt really bad, like this person understood each and everything that you're saying. It may not have come across as that, but there's this awareness where there's like fondness, and there's like, I'm seeing a rabbit, like they feel very soft towards you, so they want to be able to communicate in a way in which that makes you feel understood. But how can somebody speak a language they don't know, right? And that's what the universe is teaching this person. I feel like that's it. Yeah, there's definitely an energy of like address or messages, like something about addresses, messages, and I'm also hearing mini skirts. Okay, so this was your reading. I'm going to leave it here. Information for personal readings is given down below. My god, it's so dark. I'm going to end this reading over here, and I'm going to see you guys in another one. Bye bye.